Master of the Net Garden is one of China's finest gardens known worldwide. However, in China, the garden is recognized as Wangshi Wang. The garden itself was built in 1140 AD by a government official named Xi Zhengxi. Although the garden was constructed at this time, it has since gone through many alterations. Various private owners have added buildings and redesigned the landscape. With all the different changes to the garden, it is not plausible to name an architect. However, the meaning of the garden's spirit and beauty has yet to change. Today, the garden resides in the Kanglang district in China. When looking at the garden's entirety, it is split into two sections, eastern and western. The eastern section consists of residential dwellings, while the western section hosts all the gardens. Upon the garden meeting one's eyes, numerous people will feel spiritual and intellectual connections, giving the garden its significance. In addition, the garden stands apart from the rest because it harmonizes the environment with the architecture. The balanced elements of water, rocks, plants, and wood have made the Master of the Net Garden in China what it is today. This garden, along with all of China's classical gardens, is constructed around the feng shui concepts. However, unlike the Western gardens which exemplify feng shui through arrangement, China's gardens represent more art and a complex landscape, allowing one to see architecture as an infusion with the environment and not separate elements. The Master of the Net's garden unifies its architecture with nature by presenting contrasts that blend together, somewhat like yin and yang. What we see in the garden are the juxtapositions between dark and light, verticals and horizontals, hard and soft surfaces, and reality compared to disordered images in the reflecting water. From observations of pictures and layouts, the gardens are centralized around the pond, establishing a hierarchy amongst buildings and nature. The pond itself covers about 4,736 feet, taking up most of the space in the western section. The pond is connected to a small bay to the northwest and a small stream to the southeast, which suggests the idea of vastness, emphasizing the pond's importance through scale. Also, the buildings help establish hierarchy for the pond. The buildings, which are positive spaces, create voids, which serves as paths, creating a rhythm to guide one around the garden. Also, the insides of the buildings provide an experience to emphasize the pond and nature. The windows frame a specific view, presenting the opportunity for one to see something specific, which would have most likely been overlooked outside amongst all the other elements.